You're listening to Her Confidence Her Way podcast, episode 197. Welcome to Her Confidence Her Way podcast, a place to talk about creating your passion-driven work, leveling up your mindset, and living a purposeful life that you always wanted. Hey girlfriends, I am your host, Emiko Rasmussen. 15 plus years of corporate career woman turned into an entrepreneur who now coaches hundreds of Japanese working women, helping them to grow their passion and a side hustle with confidence. I will tell you the truth. There is no overnight success. I mean, if it is that easy, then everyone is having their dream life and a dream business already. If you're ready to do the hard work and show up 100%, let's hang out right here, right now. Hey girlfriends, how are you doing? And thank you so much for listening to Her Confidence Her Way podcast. I am so thankful that you are taking the time to listen to this episode. So thank you so much. I cannot thank enough. And it's been almost 2 months, right? Since 2021 has started. How's your year, I guess? How's your 2021 treating you? It is so funny. For me, I keep journal. 私は毎日ジャーナルをつけていて、で、私2つやってるんですけども、1つのやつってなんか5年間のジャーナルで同じ質問がこう5年間立て続きに自分の答え書くんですね。It is so funny because last year of February, I hadn't worked with my coach. Well, I had like a few coaches here and there, but I hadn't had my current coach yet. So I was still not sure where I was going. そう2020年の本当に去年の今頃はすごいこうなんかこれから I am determined to do this みたいな感じですごい気合が入ったジャーナルをね書いてるのを見て、で私はこういうことしたいみたいなのを書いてあって、Oh my gosh, it's crazy. It's already happened. So that's so cool. But all of this is because of you. And I just cannot thank enough. I can't thank you enough for you to take the time to listen to this podcast. So thank you. And I am so grateful that I get to connect with you guys. And some of them, I really get to know you like deeper level. So that's amazing. And it's so valuable relationship for me. So thank you. And some of you, I get to work with you. What in the world, right? I never thought that I can have this as my real job. I thought that I'm going to be doing this as a side for forever almost. But something happened. The something was 私はこの something っていうのはこれがもう仕事でねレイオフされたっていうのがあって and ever since then I never looked back. We are all capable of doing what you want to do and we are standing on this path, but it's kind of foggy because it's not clear. You can't see, but I'm going to tell you one thing. I was standing at that path too, exactly last year. And I know that I wasn't sure I was going. I knew the direction, but I didn't know the how yet. But I kept going. I kept going and I was working myself. Like I was doing lots of inner work. Yes, the strategies are important. But the inner work is so much important than doing the strategies. Yes, it's needed. You do need to know the strategies. But if you think that's going to make you a millionaire or billionaire or whatever the goal, the success life you're looking for, strategies are not the answer. I'm telling you. I think I told you this. For those people who are at the millionaire levels or even like 6 figures, 7 figures business owners, they don't hire a coach to learn about those strategies, like how to use a hashtag or how to do an Instagram or how do I do this and how do I do that. That's not the problems. The problems that they face are always up here. I'm like pointing, you can see it, but up here in your mind. If you are chasing this magic thing, you're never gonna find it. And the reason why you're chasing the magical whatever that is, it's because you don't have that right mindset. So you gotta work on it. でも皆さんこれを聞いていて、いや、でもその how の部分も知らないとわからないとダメでしょって皆さん思いますよね。Yeah, I get it, of course. さっきね言ったようにもちろんその how の部分も知っておくべきことっていうのはたくさんあります。なので、またお待たせしました。3月にですね、5日間の無料のビジネスマスタークラスをまた開催します。日にちは3月の15日からです。15日から5日間無料で、私の Her Confidence Her Way Sisterhood Community の中でですね、5日間で行います。すべて無料です。で、セッションの1日目は忘れがちなビジネスの本当に重要の超基本中な基本。で、これって皆さん、ついついね、SNS、ソーシャルメディア、SNS、インスタグラムで、そっちに行っちゃって、でも思いっきりスキップしがちなところなので、ここが第1日目。で、2日目はビジネスのアイデアの考え方。3日目にビジネスのアイデアの絞り込み方。で、4日目に SNS、お客さんを集める方法と戦略。そして5つ目、ビジネスを始める時の壁、マインドブロック、制限を乗り越える方法っていうのを教えていきます。で、あと、ボーナスで、受講生のね、インタビューをいつもやっていて、で、もう本当に前回の時に入った人の生の声を聞けたりとか、あとは、このプログラムをずっと取っていて、その人たちの結果とかが聞けたりとかします。で、最後の日が、this is the important one. ビジネスのね、起業家、私起業家っていう言葉あまり好きじゃないんですけども、ビジネスオーナーとしてビジネスをやる人間として必要な5つのビジネスマインドセットっていうのをお話しします。Okay, so if you are interested in このね、マスタークラスに参加したい方、もちろんリピートで参加しても全然もう welcome. You are so welcome here, okay?なのでですね、参加したい方は、ニュースレターを登録されている方は、もうすでにニュースレターで、招待状が行っています。で、まだね、ニュースレターにも登録していない方は、私のインスタグラムのバイオリンクからアクセスができますので、バイオリンクから、サインアップしてください。It's gonna be so good. So good.Okay? なのでね、私の受講生もリピートで、このマスタークラスね、取る人が多いのでね、皆さんもぜひぜひ、ご参加ください。お待ちしています。Alright, so let's move on to today's guest. I love this person so much. I can talk to her like forever, seriously. She is actually the second time coming on to Her Confidence Her Way podcast. And her name is one and only Miki Sturgis.It's hard to pronounce her last name. Miki Sturgis. Miki さんはですね、ニューロマスターコーチなんですね。マスターニューロコーチで、マインドセットのコーチなんですけれども、もう本当にその存在意識に、もう本当に住み着いちゃってるネガティブなね、考えとかを書き換えたりとかする、もう本当にもうマインドセットのプロです。だからね、多分お話が合っちゃうんですよね。もうずっとなんか本当にお話できちゃいそうです、ミキさんとは。で、本当に一番初めに彼女と会った時はもうかなり前なんですよね。でもそれでもずっとインスタグラムじゃないか、携帯でね、本当にネットワークというか、もう本当に実際にも一回会ってるんですけれども、あとはもう本当にメールとかインスタグラムとかフェイスブックとかでもやり取りをしてるんですけども、本 当に素敵な方で、お話もすごい面白くて、もう本当に皆さん、楽しんでね、このインタビュー聞いていただけると思います。Alright, without further ado, please enjoy my conversation with Mickey. Mickey-san, welcome to Her Confidence Her Way podcast. How are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm doing great. Thank you.
I am so pumped up because you are coming back.
Yes.
for the show. 何年前になるんでしたっけね。
3年 ?2 年 ?2 年前。
I think もう3年になると思います。
そうですよね。いや、ありがとうございます。
いや、本当にこちらこそ、いつも、この、Thank you so much for keeping this relationship.
Yes, for sure, for sure. And I love watching you grow and oh my goodness, I admire you so much.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. And yeah, so we met, remember? When you visited San Diego, we actually get to meet.
Yes, it was fun. I still have a picture.
Oh, me too. これしかも I think it was around like a similar time because it was the 成人式.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. I went to see your emceeing
event. Yes. So that was such a
that
great
was so
time.
Cool. That was so cool.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, so it's been for a while and I am super excited to have you back. And
lots have changed.
Exactly. So I'm so excited to ask you questions. But before that, can you tell us, if just to make sure, my audience has grown too. So
yes.
Can you please introduce yourself, please?
Sure. So my name is Mickey Sturgis. I have been in the United States for over 30 years now. 35 years. And I am a mom of 3 boys. My oldest is 25 now, and the middle is 17, and the youngest is 16. And I'm a wife to my husband of 18 years. It's going to be going to 19 years. And I'm a master certified neuro coach and transformational life coach for women. I help women let go of their painful past and overcome their limiting beliefs by leveraging the power of the subconscious reprogramming so that they can take their power back and start living the life they want.
I love it. Oh my goodness. But I want to say this though. I know although the things that you have been doing has been like changing, but I feel like your core is still the same.
Yes, it has. It's just, I was tapping into a lot of like network marketing, direct sales. I was just sort of ignoring my calling. I felt like God was calling me to do this, but I kept saying, no, I don't think I can do this. So that was my limiting belief. And I finally gave into that. And God show up in such a big way. I just couldn't deny it anymore.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I remember, I think it was, I don't remember if it was like after we met or something, but like, I'm not a Christian, but I'm always open to like anything. I'm definitely a spiritual person, and I believe in, people believe different things, and I respect that. And but it's so funny how you mentioned something about whatever, like you had a calling to tell me a message from God or something. And then like I got invited to church, and then I had this like, oh my gosh, like a crazy story. I remember that. You do? Okay.
Yes, I do remember that.
Yeah, it was like, so I never went to church, right? Back then. But I kind of wanted to have some sort of like intention. Like I wanted to set an intention, and then I wrote 3 things that I wanted to get clear. And then I had like specific 3 questions that I had in my mind. And then and it was on my note. And then I went there, and then exactly the same 3 questions was on that, like a handout. Yes. I didn't even pay attention until like almost at the end of the how do you call those, service, I guess?
The sermon.
The sermon. Yeah.
I remember you sent me a text.
Yes.
Miki-san, this has happened. I was like, yep, that's the power of God who can speak to you through all kinds of means.
Yeah. So, oh my gosh. So
especially when you're open.
Yeah, I'm always open, and I mean, ever since this Corona happened, and I think I feel like so many people dropped almost. It's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same. But yeah, so that was, I was just looking up. You were on my guest back in episode 37.
Oh, that was 37. You're over 100 now. What's
almost 20. So I think your episode is going to be close to 200, like 190 something is going to be your episode.
Right? Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I'm so excited.
Thank you. So that was August 21st, 2017.
Oh my gosh. Serious? Yeah, that's right. Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
I have a lot of things I can tell you.
Yeah, I'm so excited. So let's talk about it. So you have mentioned about you are a master certified neuro coach.
Yes.
Tell us, what is it? Like, I'm familiar with MLP because I'm also studying, but tell us a little bit about, this coaching style and all that shebang.
So it's very similar to neuro-linguistic programming, which I am also studying. And neuro-coaching method was actually created by Dr. Shannon Irvin. And she basically goes into, there is a success switch in your brain that is hidden in your subconscious. And you have to tap into that in order for you to be successful. And that's basically a gif of it. So I learned to tap into our subconscious mind and really dig deeper into what is keeping us stuck, the limiting belief that I talked about.
Yeah.
But there are so many things you can do, right? Like affirmations, vision board, and all these things are great things, but there is a glass ceiling because of our subconscious belief. And unless you tap into that subconscious belief and you attack that, otherwise you won't get to where you want to be. And that was such an eye-opening. I was like, whoa, this is the reason why I was saying no to God. This is the reason why I was just trying to fiddle with different things, like direct sales and network marketing. And
well, that was fun too, right?
It was fun. It was fun. I love it, and I'm still part of one of the network marketing business.
Yeah, me too.
But that's such a great business to start because
oh my gosh, 100%.
Because it's not that difficult to start, and you don't have to have a bunch of money. One time I remember I wanted to open a used clothing store. And I contacted this, it's a franchise, right? So I contacted them. They said the minimum was $250,000 I had to have to start. Gosh. I was like, seriously? And I talked to my husband. What do you think about this? It costs $250,000. He was like, what are you saying?
I don't
right? So I'm like, okay, fine, forget it. So I didn't even look at it. But comparing to that, can you just imagine having a business, home-based business starting at what, $200?
Yeah,
that's comparing to 250,000.
Yeah, and then also, what is great about this episode, I don't think it's not going to be about network marketing, but since we're talking about it, like a business is you. For network marketing, you don't need to do like website and shipping process and customer service. All those are all done by the company, the corporate.
Yep.
So it's a
You don't have to
great way to start. But I also find that network marketing is so much harder to do business compared to the service that I offer. It's easier for me to offer the service that I created than the product. That's how I feel. I'm still new. I'm learning, but I'm 100% like I believe in that company's product. So it's like it's not a problem for me to recommend, but at the same time, I guess the passion level is different. I think that's what I'm trying to say.
It probably is because your program is yours,
Exactly.
yours alone, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the network marketing, there are other people doing the same thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But one thing that I really am thankful for is that I started my network marketing business 2009. I just wanted to make like side money. It's like, if I can make like $500, that would be great,
remember. Yeah.
And that was a long time ago. And as I learned, I came to discover what I really liked about, what I really wanted to do was coaching rather than talking about the product. And I kept going back to coaching my leaders, and I wanted to cultivate them. And, it made my heart sink when I saw them succeed.
Yeah.
So it was a great opening moment too.
I completely agree. And then also being able to earn money on my own, I guess you're still kind of using, it's a partner, right? Partnership. So you're partnering with whichever the network marketing company, but then you are able to earn money from the things that I do. That's just crazy. Whoa. I can do that, right? So for anyone who's listening right now and wondering what is network marketing and what the network marketing can do for you, there are a lot of things that you can learn from it.
Yeah, totally. I know you talk about side hustle, and that is the perfect side hustle.
Yeah, 100% agree.
100%.
Yeah. So you've been there through, and then you also found that coaching is your calling.
Yes.
And how are you using this coaching skill to your current business?
Well, my gift, I found out by doing this work, my gift is I'm very intuitive. I also am very encouraging to other people. I can see the good in them, no matter what they say about themselves. And I can totally believe what they can do, because I totally believe each one of us are made perfectly, amazingly. And so, I can hold a space for them. Right. And so that's why exactly I'm using my gift to be able to do this coaching. And I am super pumped about it. And then finally I created my own course.
Congrats.
I know it was a painful process. I had to do
I had no idea. I thought that you already had this thing going.
No, I actually had a program that was somebody else's, and I was affiliate. So I didn't really have my own program, but I was also doing one-on-one coaching. So one-on-one coaching, you really don't need any program, right?
You show up and serve. Yeah.
But this one is actually, it's called Grace Academy, and we'll take one person, the person through from discovering who they are, subconscious reprogramming, and then set a goal and more, so it's really exciting. And again, this name came to me in the shower, and I felt like,
oh my gosh, I have to laugh because
always happens. Always happens in the shower. That's because that's because we are in that state of awareness, in the alpha state. Your brain is in the alpha state. That's where your creativity, you are aware, but it's still receptive to what's coming, right? And I was taking a shower, relaxed, and I was thinking, and also I was praying. I said, God, I have this program, but I don't have a name. I need a name. And I kept like doing that. And all of a sudden, it's like Grace.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And even the acronym came Grace. G is for gratitude and grace. R is the 4R process that I teach. It's a refuting process that I teach for the reprogramming. A is affirmation, affirm what you have done. C is creation, and E is embark.
Hello.
Duh. It's like, hello.
Oh my God.
I was so excited.
Wow. Yeah, because I remember our body is how many percent water? Is it 80%? I don't remember. I don't remember the percentage. Yeah, the water. And I learned about the water and then the vibration and the frequency and then all that stuff. And the shower is something, exactly what you just said. I'm not gonna just repeat, but I like this podcast name. I didn't start with this podcast name. I don't remember when you were. Yeah, when you first came on this show, I think it was already Her Confidence Her Way, but
yes,
this name was exactly created in the shower. In the shower when I was taking a shower.
You're right. I was like, oh my goodness, power of shower. Yeah. Like when I need something creative, I just take a shower.
Yeah, 100%. Oh my gosh, I love it. And then, so you were talking about this subconscious, and then 多分日本語だとこれなんて言うんですか？潜在意識が。そう。I think mind, anything with the mindset and subconscious mind, like subconscious mind is the key. And this is the part that it's so hard to reprogram, or I should say like to tap into, or it's like it's an ocean, right? It's I always like to explain, and I'm pretty sure so many people explain this way, but it's the iceberg. So the top is the conscious mind that you can see right above the ocean, but then the below the water is so deep.
Yes. So the subconscious, we make decisions 95% of the decisions that we make are made in subconscious level. Only 5%. Only 5% is in the conscious. I used to think it's opposite. I thought, we're unconscious, conscious people. We have to make decisions on the conscious level. No, it's different. I was like, wow, this is eye-opening.
Yeah, it's the bottom. And then I heard that it's many of the decisions are pretty much like autopilot.
Yes.
So like, who am I to do this, right? Like, I'm going to start a business. Who am I to do this? Like that is already like the subconscious level that is telling you. And that is created through the life, the story that you have been telling yourself, the experience, the way how you have been seeing things, right?
Exactly.
And then,
exactly.
And then, so like, let's say if someone asks you like, okay, great, I get it. Subconscious mind, important, got it. So then how do I tap into it? Like how do you explain to people, or how do you help them do that? Because that's the hardest part. You can't just do it one time.
Yeah, you're so right. You can't. And also, as you know, coaching is not telling them what to do, right? So by asking them questions and they will find their answer. Answers are really in them. The clients already have their own answers. They just don't know how to tap into it. So the coaches like you and me, we can ask them questions and bring that out. And that's when you discover, I had a client who told me from the get-go, she said, I don't have any negative thoughts, and I don't have to, if negative thoughts comes up, then I know how to tackle them. So I really don't have problem. I just need you to tell me like strategies.
Oh
right?
My God.
And I'm like, okay, that's great. You don't have negative thought. That's awesome. But as we went along, oh my gosh, how much ants that came up.
Oh my.
It was amazing.
I'm actually surprised that you took that person as a client. I'm like, nope, I'm sorry. You don't.
No. I already knew her. So
okay.
she and also I actually also went into thinking I'm just gonna, like teach her how to start the online business.
Yeah.
But because I'm neurocoach certified, I said, I'm gonna use this, right? And that was amazing how the day that she said, I don't have negative thoughts, to like a month later, she was like, I can't believe how many ants I have. So she had to like one by one, tackle that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the very first thing you recognize.
So so she's saying I don't have any negative thoughts. Is it's coming from the conscious level, right?
Yeah.
The conscious level, she's telling herself.
Right. Consciously, she says, if negative thought comes up, I would just say, no, you have to you have to take a back seat. And we can do that, in conscious
I
level.
do that too. Yeah.
Yeah. We have to do that, of course. However, if your subconscious belief is, for example, this is one of the very classic, right? She actually had this belief that she doesn't need to make money.
Oh.
And money was evil. Money was something that she didn't want more of, right? Yeah. She just needed a couple $1,000s and that was it. That's all she needed.
Just enough to get by.
Yeah. And she didn't think that was negative because she believed I just need $2,000 a month.
Yeah.
Right. So, but when we dug deeper, that actually was stopping her. Oh, it took a while. It was like the whole session was about that because she was fighting for that limitation. She was saying, no, I don't need it. I only need $2,000 a month. Well, do you think then you can make more than that? If she made more than that, she would make sure it will go back down to $2,000 because it was in her subconscious. You know what I mean?
And then I'm assuming the story of I don't need more than this much of money, or the money is evil, is coming from her experience of childhood or whatever this whole entire story. So I don't know how old she is, but whatever the age, right? So that's just accumulating. So like pretty much, I don't know, you can correct me because you're the master. Subconscious mind is pretty much garbage in our head. Like if you're not constantly working on it.
Right. Well, I wouldn't say garbage.
Like not garbage, like a dump. Like people are just like dumping like a garbage thought.
Yeah. Have you heard of garbage in, garbage out?
Yes, I think I
concept. Yeah. The reason is because your subconscious, your brain really doesn't know. It's like a little supercomputer, right?
Right.
It doesn't know if it's good or bad. You just, subconscious mind only knows that, hey, you're repeating this thought. You're repeating this thought. So that must be true. So if your repeating thought was, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, I'm not good enough, then your subconscious would say, okay, she's repeating it, must be true, and holds it there. So that's why you operate from that I'm not good enough state of mind. Then there will be a limit. There are certain things like willpower, you can use your willpower.
It can only,
it can go so
it
far.
Can go so far.
And that's what I was doing. I was working so hard
to resist.
And I was trying to do things. And, one time I was, in network marketing, you have to do like presentation and stuff, and one time I was hoping people would not show up because I felt like I just didn't want to do it. But outside, outwardly, I had to do it. So I was like, putting out the invitation, and I said, this day I'm going to do this presentation. So I did that. But inside, I was hoping nobody would show up. And you know what happened? Nobody showed up.
Oh.
Because that's the energy
that you attracted. Yeah.
It's amazing how what you think about really, what you focus on expands.
There are so many ways that, so many great coaches talk about, but your thought is the reflection of who you are. Or, I mean, it's so many ways that you can explain. It's like whatever you think, that's what you're going to attract, right? So like money is evil. So you only see the evidence of people who are using money as a negative way. Like I hear many people say like, oh, rich people are just so greedy, or rich people are that, right? That's just your story.
Yes. And we can rewrite it.
Yeah. So that's what you do as a coach.
It's amazing how what I thought I realized my father he was such a great giver, and I respected him for that. But he used to tell me, if you have money, you will ruin relationship.
Ooh.
That was his belief. And he would like tell us, you don't need to have lots of money. Who's going to bring money to the grave? That's what he used to say to me.
God, such a horrible story to believe.
He was like, nobody's going to bring money to the grave. So you don't have to, it's like, oh my goodness. And when he was talking about that, I was like, what, leave something to your daughters, okay? But of course he didn't say, he said, you know what? You make your own money. Don't count on me. I was like, wow, but I didn't realize how much that affected me in my money story. So I had to like rewrite my money story. I still have a little bit.
Oh yeah, so, I'm still working on it too. I still remember my mom said money is dirty, but I think what she meant was, after you touch money, you need to wash your hands. However, the dirty can be a different way. It can be, can be a greedy. So, if you don't use, like, let the power of money control you, it can go wrong, right? So I feel like I also associated that a little bit, maybe because I have been watching the news. News is such a horrible thing to watch, but anyways, it's like a whole different. Yeah, me neither. I don't watch it because if it's something big, we'll hear it no matter what. So like I'm not that concerned. Yeah, but I think money is like always that. And then the other thing about the money is I remember my mom is like such a proud like a bargain shopper. So like she'll come home like, hey, look, like she always like buys like really cute clothes from me, right? Like, look, I found this one at this station's little like a thing, and like, wow, where did you find it? Like, oh, like なんとかの駅のとこで販売してた whatever. And then like, oh, cool, how much was it? And she's like, guess what? It was only $5.
So she was proud.
She was proud, right? Yeah. So I think I have the habit of like always, I think everybody does, but check the price, And if it's more than $20, that is too expensive. Like that was my story.
It's so interesting. It's a perspective, right? Yeah. Like when we are here in America, like $20 and it's like, whoa, kind of, thought comes in, right? To me. But like, I don't spend a lot of money on my shoes, for example. Probably if you say $100 shoes, I was like, whoop, okay, $100. I have to like think about it. Yeah. But when I went to Japan, I saw this, cute shoes. It was so cute. And it was 19,800 yen. And I thought 19,800 yen, oh, that's not bad, Yeah. And because the other shoes there was like 25,000 yen, 250, that so many of those. So when I looked at it, it was that was a sandal. And, but I bought it because I didn't even think about it twice because I thought it was a good value, Yeah. But when I changed into dollar, I was like, oh my gosh, this shoe costs 100.
Yeah, because I was thinking from like a dollar standpoint. I was like, yeah.
And my husband doesn't understand. Like my kimono cost $100,000, right?
Yeah.
And I I calculated that one day. I was like, oh yeah, this is $10,000 kimono.
Oh my.
And he's like, serious? What?
Yeah, I
so,
get it.
Yeah,
I think it's prices. Yeah, because $10 sounds cheap, but then what if the candy bar is $10? Like that's expensive. Yes. So we can't really operate from just money. It's just a number, but I think it's how we value things. Because when I look at the coaching program for like 3,000, I want to question like, okay, so what is coming? Like, what is the transformation would I get? Like, I would get questioned because I value so much on personal development and coaching. But I think for other people, maybe when they look at 3,000, like, whoa, that's way too much. But for me, when I look at 3,000, like, okay, well, that's kind of like a lower side. What is not coming with this program?
Yeah. Exactly. You know what? I used to think I have to offer my free service. I have to offer my coaching service as free because I felt greedy. I can tell you on and on about my limited belief.
Oh my gosh.
But this was one of the things. And my coach really walked me through it because it's like, okay, well, think about this. And I was thinking, so if you give them something free, you're actually doing them disservice because they don't value what's free.
Yeah.
And that is so true. Even things, if it was given to you, it's like, oh, it broke. Okay, I'll throw it away. But if you bought it and spent money, you take care of it even better. Yeah. So I had to really work on that.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Like we can talk on and on about this topic. Obviously, we're so passionate about it.
Yes, obviously.
So then, so this coaching, business, right? And I think coaching business is getting getting more attention, I want to say, for especially for Japanese audience too. Like coaching is like, everybody have gone through coaching, I feel like, in the United States. I feel like it, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, so don't quote on me. But when someone said coaching, like people may understand or may get the idea of like coaching here, or maybe not. But in Japan, like it's even like behind like coaching. Like what do you mean coach? Like a baseball coach? Like
But you know what? I always I used to think that too. I used to think, oh, who hires a life coach?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, me too. Like
business coach and that strategy kind of coach, I understand. Marketing coach, that's how I got started with hiring a business coach.
Yeah.
And then I realized, oh my goodness, I need mindset coach. So I sort of hired mindset and the business together coach, and that was the best thing ever.
Yeah.
And I would not hire a coach who doesn't have a coach because think about Tony Robbins. He's a huge life coach. He has a coach. Simon Sinek, he has a coach. Mel Robbins, she has a coach. Everybody needs a coach.
Yeah. Like Dr. Shannon had learned from someone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Dr. Shannon has a coach. She, she's in a mastermind and she spends a lot of money on that.
It's so funny. So we talked about the network marketing earlier, right? And my husband goes, your coaching thing is like, to be honest, to me, it's like a network marketing. And like, what do you mean? Because the way how he sees it, it's like your coach has a coach, and then your coach has a coach. Like it's like an upline and an upline.
Oh,
so that's how he sees it.
Okay, but they don't make money.
No, they do not. Yeah, but it's like a structure. But you learn this.
Funny.
Yeah. So obviously, my coach has a coach, my coach has a coach, and it's just like there's always like we're always learning. Yeah.
Yes, I totally believe that we have to learn. Life is a learning process. The only difference is that we can't just learn and hoard the information. We have to get it out, and we have to share, and And
that's
but of course,
the money flows.
Not everybody can be a coach. I understand that, and not everybody's a leader.
Correct.
So I understand if those, like my husband, for example, he really doesn't understand what coaching is. He's like, you got, he even told me that really hurt me. So we had to have a talk, but he's like, well, some people, not me, of course, not me as a wife. He says, some people count on the people who do not go through a program or coaching. And I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a limiting belief, right?
Yeah.
He has a limiting belief. I was like, okay, I had to like agree to disagree.
Oh man. Yeah. And then you don't want to even like waste your energy just explaining.
No. I had to like say good thing. Adios.
Same thing for me too. My husband's the same way. So then the coach job. So I don't remember how we recommend to like the husband not believing in coach, but coach. So if someone says like, "Ooh, I want to become a coach like you," like. What do you want to say to them? Because I also like many of my clients, they want to do coaching, but one of the biggest thing that people face is like, but what if they ask me a question that I can't help?
Wow.
So coaching, some people don't really understand like the basic of coaching. And, you kind of mentioned that earlier, you don't advise anything, but I'm going to let you kind of like tell the listeners.
Yes. So exactly, this is what I used to think that too. Again, a limiting belief, right? That you think you have to know everything. And I see a lot of those, maybe a nationality, I don't know. The Japanese people are very diligent, right? They study a lot.
Yeah.
And,
way too much.
They pride themselves knowing, like reading tons of books and, things like that.
Having lots of certificates.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my gosh. Tell me about it. There's so many of them, right?
Yeah.
But what do they do with it? Right? And even if they do have those, if their life is falling apart, they don't even know what to do. And they're just stuck and they're feeling in this spiral of, oh, I'm not good enough. I need more. Oh, I need more. I need master's degree. I need PhD. Oh, I need this and this. And keep going, keep searching. And they think that comes from external. It actually comes from internal. And that I was so there. So that's why I can tell you about it. Because it was so there. I was thinking, I need this certification. I need this certification. Of course, it's good to learn. That's why I'm taking that neuro-linguistic programming as well.
Yeah, me too.
So
but never for the reason to just get a certification.
Right.
The purpose is really for you to master and learn.
Yes.
Yeah. And apply
also what I would like to mention is that coaching something that you actually enjoy and want to do, or you want coaching because it sounds like a good idea. Oh yeah, cool.
Really a cool thing.
Is this something that you think, oh, coaches make money? Things like that is not a good reason.
No.
You have to have pretty good, like, why you want to do what you want to do as coach.
Right.
And one of the things that I specialize in is that because I went through domestic abuse, I do, coach people who have gone through that. And I'm not a therapist or counselor. So if they need, like, for example, PTSD, if they need a special professional counseling, I refer them to the counselor, professionals.
Yeah,
but I can work with them, once they go through a counseling and they still want to continue, then, hey, I'm available.
Yeah.
That's what I do, because I can totally understand where they are, as far as inner talk, self-negative talk, and their stuckness, So that's one thing that you might want to think about. What kind of experience can I bring? What kind of experience I had that I can bring to the table?
I love it. Okay.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah. It is so important. Like you can't just be a coach just because you think for just a title or I don't know. Yeah. I mean, it's always whatever you do, you're always coming from the service.
Yes, totally. You're always, this as a coach, we always think about what can I do to help this person who
Oh my
is
gosh,
struggling,
yes. Mm-hmm.
right? Sometimes we don't even sometimes my thoughts are always there. I can't sleep sometimes because
Oh
I
yeah.
want to help so much, right?
Yeah.
And there a lot goes into it. And you have to know I'm a empath. Empath meaning I take in people's energy. So I had to learn to sort of let go of put a shield around me. You know what I mean?
Yes. Yes.
Shield around me and not taking people's negative energy. Yeah. That was a huge thing because I didn't even realize I was an empath.
Well, good thing now you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I had to learn to shield myself from that.
Oh, that is so good. Yeah, I love it. So then, you have been, you learned this, or not learned, but you have gone through this program and you got a certified neuro coach and you're studying NLP, NLP. Yeah. And what's next for you? Like, what are you excited about? Where are you going to be?
Yeah, I know. I'm super, super excited that I have, like I said, I have a program now I can offer.
Congrats.
I can, so the people can go through the program and there's different level. So you can actually go through the program by yourself and there will be a 6 weeks group coaching sort of, structure. And also I offer one-on-one. So either way, until I become so big that I'm not able to take one-on-one coaching, I probably will continue doing that. And I'm super excited that I can offer this. And I'm also offering to Japanese speaking as well.
Oh, I was about to just say, thank you, finally.
Yeah, I know that was a limiting belief, Emiko-san.
わかります。
You
これ
knew
は、
that,
そう、
right?
これはお互いにね、二人とも。いや、私なんてもう本当にもう人前で、もうパブリックで漢字読み間違えたりとか、例えば、この前も何期生、なんか6期生で漢字の期生の生が間違ってて、しかもわかんないんですよ。シフトボタンを押すから、なんかそれで勝手に出てきたものが、これなのかなと思ってやっちゃったら、もう受講生に、生はこっちですよって。all the time.
Think about it though. I was in Japan for 20 years and I've been here in the United States for 35 years.
Yeah, so you already flipped.
Yes. So my language is, even though I do still have an accent, I do speak Nagasaki Ben a lot.
そうなんですか。
そうです。but I read everything in English.
And you obviously this method you have learned everything in English. So it's hard. Like I get it. Like for coaching, for example, certain question that you want to ask, exactly you want to ask in English, but when you try to translate it in Japanese, it doesn't come out right.
Right.
Like, wait, I don't know if I said it right.
Yeah. So, but you inspired me and also Helen-san inspired me.
Oh, you cannot. Helen-san.
Yeah. So I was thinking, what? So I had to ask my question, what am I gaining by holding this information?
Beautiful.
Right. And there may be so many other people who might be able to benefit from what I have.
Yeah.
And one of my friends, Japanese friends here locally, she also sort of encouraged me. She said, Miki-san, you have no idea how many people may be wondering.
Oh, we need you. If Helen can do what she does in Japanese, you can do it too.
Oh my gosh, Helen-san's Japanese is incredible.
本当にすごいヘレンさんはもう本当に。And also, I think her like the understanding of the culture and everything. I think she's more Japanese than you.
Yeah, I think so. I think so. Maybe so. Because she lives in Japan, right?
Sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, so it's the same thing. Like I think she lives maybe in Japan longer than living in England. I don't know.
So なんだ。I did not know that.
Maybe I don't know. I could be wrong. I have to ask her later.
Oh, interesting.
So it's the same thing. You know, although you're from 日本だけど。もうアメリカに来てるから。Yeah.
Yeah. Everything has to be in English, you know. And
yeah. So are you planning on then like create some like Japanese contents? What are you?
Okay. So what I would still do is it's going to be the same program, but I might do a subtitle for now.
Okay.
And I will probably do a, videoing is a lot of work. So I will. Luckily, my husband is really good with videography.
Oh,
and,
good. He can help.
Yeah, so he can help.
Oh,
but taping is actually me talking. So so I have to do that.
Yeah.
But when
exciting.
I do coaching, I speak Japanese anyway. So.
じゃあもしも聞いてる人がいきなり日本語になって申し訳ないんですけどフリップしてもしもリスナーさんで Oh my gosh, I need to hear more from you, right? って思ってる方はどこからコネクトするのが一番いいですか
？mikisturges.com のウェブサイトを見ていただくか、英語なので、E メールが一番いいでしょうね。
E メールで、コネクトする。で、ちなみにミキさんの、サーブしてる方っていうのが、
女性です。
女性で、tell us more.
女性で、なんかしたいんだけど、私なんてできないかもしれない。
制限。
ね、そうでしょ？ feel stuck. とか、もう過去にちょっとディボースがあるとか、そのディボースとか DV ですね。暴力、家庭内暴力、とか。
で、このストーリーを、ミキさんのこのストーリー聞きたい方は、そのエピソードの、さっき、なんて言ったっけ、エピソード忘れちゃったけど。37に行くと、そのね、すべてのストーリーは、こっちで話してるので、
そうですね。そういう方っていうのは、やっぱりその心の痛みっていうのは、サブコンシャスに残るんですね。痛いじゃないですか。だからいろんな、そのエモーションが強いので、そういうことっていうのは。で、私たちの、多分、you know about negative bias, right? 私たちっていうのはネガティブなことをコンティニューに続けて、考えてしまうんですよね。そうすると、それがサブコンシャスに入って、その意識の中でいろんなことをやってるから、いくらこんなに頑張ってるのになんか進めないとか、こんなにやってるのにハッピーじゃないなとか、そういう方ですね。が一番多分、get the best benefits from this.
Perfect. じゃあ、ミキさんの、E メールアドレスを後で、ショーノートね、ところに書いておきますので、お
願いします。
じゃあですね、Are you ready for I can't do this in Japanese for this part. Are you ready for her confidence faraway power questions?
Yes.
Okay. Right. So the first power question is, how would you define your own self-confidence? I think I asked you this same question before, but how are you building your own?
So, do you know Jim Quick, right? He's the author of, he's a memory guy. He's the author of Limitless. He said that confidence is something we do. And I totally agree with that. Confidence is something that we do. Sure. It's not something that we have. It comes from doing. Yeah. For example, if I have, something that let's say speech, you're so confident doing speech because you have experience. You have done it so many times. You know how to do it. And you're confident. And you're doing the confident, right? So and also my self-confidence also comes from knowing God. I think he is a rock.
Yeah.
And that's where everything comes from for me.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably different from everybody, but for me, that's where it comes from, and also from doing.
I love it. It's so true. It's really the action.
Yes, action.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and then you kind of mentioned about your gift earlier, but what is your gifted talent and how are you using it?
Well, like I was mentioning, I'm very intuitive, very encouraging. I love to encouraging people. This is something that I had to work on, actually. I loved it because I did that. But when I was in Japan, I was sort of laughed at by saying things like that. Like, for example, I said to someone, this person, I had no idea who that person was, but I said, you have a beautiful smile. And
in Japanese or in English?
Yeah. すごくスマイルが素敵ですねって。
絶対怪しく思われますよ、それ。
Yeah, I know. But he actually had, that's funny. He actually had a beautiful smile. And I had to say it. So I did. And he was like, what the heck? Right?
Like, are you hitting on me or what is going on?
Yeah, well, I know, right? But I can do that. I'm very encouraging. I love to encourage people and see the best in people.
It's so funny. That story reminded me of this story you shared back in, in episode 37. But this is completely opposite. But 日本のなんだっけ、お葬式かなんかに行って、誰か質問がありますかって聞かれて、聞きたかった。お母さんにこういうところ聞かないのって、でも聞いてくださいって。
だってお坊さんが質問がある方はぜひって言ったから私は手を挙げようとしました。そしたらお母さんにどつかれました。
でもね、それってすごいアメリカのコンセプト。If you have a question, like, I would like to, ask you a question だけど、日本、特にお葬式ではそれは、おそらくそれ、ただ言うだけで、それはインビテーションじゃないんだと思う。空気読まないと。
すみません。Yeah, so true. Oh
my gosh.
But of course, I don't hit on people, okay? I don't hit on people who are walking around. This happened at the Kaisha,
okay.
And he was visiting from Japan. And I was like, wow, you have such a great smile,
Oh my.
Yeah, he might have thought that, but I don't know.
でも言われた方が絶対嬉しいと思うんですけどね。わかんない。言い方にもよるかもしれないけど。
No, I truly said,
yeah. No, like I get it.
スマイルはすごく素敵ですねって言った。
絶対oh, thank you, that's nice of you って言うけど、でもそういうの言われたことない人にとってはすごいショッキングですよね。
ショックだと思う。だってすごい顔され、っていう顔してましたね。
すごい想像できます。
So I can use this skill of being intuitive and encouraging and in my coaching. I think that's very important. And in showing, really keeping a space for them. And when I do want to say something, I do say it.
Yeah.
So sometimes clients might want to throw a shoe at me. But
it's important. It's needed.
Yes.
Okay, so the next question, you have been talking about this the whole entire time. About limiting beliefs. So you have a lot. So I don't know how you want to dig into this question, but
we talked about that.
Your limiting belief and how did you overcome?
So my limiting belief, we've talked about this whole time. But I believed I wasn't good enough. This thing about speaking Japanese. Oh my goodness. This was like, I still sort of struggle. My Japanese isn't good enough. My Japanese is telling me.
私も乗り越えたというか、乗り越えても壁にぶつかってですよ、これは。
That's also limiting belief, right? And I'm not cut out for this. Oh my goodness. This is not going to, I'm not going to be liked. Who's going to like me? And that actually come from when I was going through my DV marriage, he used to tell me, nobody's going to love you the way I do. Nobody's going to want you. Nobody's going to like you. And that's what he used to tell me. And I started to believe it. So that was something that I had to overcome. I'm too old or I'm too boring. Those are the things that I have to really
too boring? I would say it's the opposite.
Well, it's funny you say that because this was like several years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I was in this women's networking group, and we had to talk about our stories.
Yeah.
And when it came to my turn, I said, I'm so sorry, but I don't have anything significant to say. And they said, well, just tell us, where you're from and that kind of stuff. And I start talking. And at the end of this talk, one of the ladies, she said, oh my gosh, your story is nothing but insignificant. So I was like, oh, you think so? And she's like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, I think we all dismiss our story. Our story is all unique and whatever. Like, I feel like people think like, oh, like 私のこんな話じゃみっともなくて、だけど it's the opposite. So many people are afraid of speaking up.なんかそういう間違えちゃったことだったり、恥ずかしいことだったり、失敗したことだったり、we don't want to talk about it, so we hide it. So it's like a taboo. だから失敗してる人が周りにいないと思っちゃったりとかするから、it's the opposite.
Yes, and Instagram, for example, your Instagram is amazing. And you think, oh man, she is so put together. She is so good. But you know what? That's what they want to see, right? People show what people want to see.
Yeah, but it's the opposite.
Yeah, so it's the opposite. We are all human, know?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I post, I try to be honest as possible. Like, even if the picture looks nice, but like I have a picture of me and my husband, looking at each other. But if you actually read the story, it's actually the opposite of what people see. Yeah. It's like, oh, you guys look nice. Yeah, but you didn't read in the content.
Yes. Hello. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, so.
But I totally get it. And, I see that too. So, yeah.
Yeah. Perfect. So you have been hustling this whole entire time, I want to say. Not necessarily side hustle, but hustling. So what is your passion?
So my passion, as you can tell, is to help as many women as possible to rise up. Really to rise up and be the best they can be. I feel like we're suppressed still in year 2021. Still, we feel, like a second citizen, right? We feel sometimes it's like you say we are equal, but when it comes down to it, who does the domestic chores? Women, right? And the husband go out and they call it a breadwinner. And it's like, but of course you can be that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you as a woman don't want to do it, you don't have to.
Yeah, I agree.
You can be who you want to be.
100%.
I want women to get out of that self-loathing, 自己嫌悪 and victim mentality. Start living the life God has given us. God gave us this purpose.
So important. I mean, oh my gosh, I can go far from this one, but because so many people think 女性は子育てでね、忙しいけど、子育てしてると、what's gonna happen? Your brain, your head is gonna explode because it's not an easy job. だけど、それでハズバンドが帰ってきて、それで私の時間が欲しいって聞けない？なんでかっていうと、ハズバンドは働いてきたから。No, you have been working the whole entire time, so you need to ask to get a help.
Yes.
I feel like, some people may want to control this. Like, oh no, my husband can do it. That's a limiting belief. I feel like we're all like having this limiting beliefs. But and the other thing would be, and I'm pretty sure you have experienced this, like let's say a potential client is, wanting to take your program. Oh, well, I have to ask my husband.
Oh, yes.
I have to ask my husband because maybe she doesn't
completely dependent.
Yeah, she doesn't know how to make money, or maybe she doesn't make enough money. But it's a condition. Like if you continue doing that, you're never going to be able to change this. So no matter what, you're going to have to ask the partner. It doesn't have to be husband, but partner for approval. And if husband said no, so then you're going to give up on your life. Like you're going to give up on your dream. Like that's very sad for me. Like that's, like a woman, like to put a big word, empowerment. But I think it's just so important that, women should be able to do whatever they want to do without asking a permission. Like getting a permission from you, your own self, is hard. But also getting the yes from the partner is also hard. And like, that's kind of sad.
Yeah. But, even when we were little, we are like conditioned to ask permission, right? Like when you're in school, may I go to the bathroom, teacher? Well, that you have to ask permission to to do things. Same thing with my children. When they were little, they don't do that now as a teenager, but they used to ask me, may I have this candy? You say, no, you can't have that. You may have it later. That's how we are conditioned.
Yeah.
So even we'll bring that into the adulthood, but we have to know that actually became a limiting belief.
So good. Connecting back to the subconscious mind.
It's very important to do that, to realize that we are putting our limitation. And hey, that comes from my experience. That it's like,
for sure.
Wow. I used to always want permission and approval, even when I was being coaching relationship with my coach. And he would say, are you asking permission from me? No, I'm not going to give it to you because you already have it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh my gosh. So powerful. So powerful.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. I can talk to you like forever. So the last question is, what do you want to say to women who are thinking if, she should start her side hustle, or she should start a new things, whatever the things that they want to do? What do you want to tell her?
I'd say go for it. Don't overthink it. If you really think that's something that you want to do, like, side hustle, like business or, whatever, if you will know in your heart, right, that yes, this is something that it's aligned with me. Yeah. I want this. Don't overthink it. And you can always change too. Don't put your limitation on there too. It's like, once you try it and you don't like it, you ditch it. That's fine. Yeah. But just be aware of your ants and automatic negative thoughts and focusing on getting rid of them, and also set intention. I would just say that strongly, because you have to, let's say you started. Okay, Miki says, just go for it. Don't overthink it. Go ahead, go for it. Well, don't just blindly start. Set intention.
Yeah.
Because that's what your brain is going to work for you.
Ooh, beautiful.
Yeah. Super good.
Oh my gosh. So good. Thank you so much, Miki-san. I'm so happy that, we get to do this again.
Yes. Thank you so much. Yeah. We talked about being a coach. I think we need more coaches,
yes,
especially for Japanese people. Don't think everybody's everybody's taken kind of thing. That was another limiting belief. Who am I to
this
do that,
thing that
right?
you're saying, you're telling yourself, right?
Yes. yes. Same. I have to tell myself, I had to, because my limiting belief was like, who am I? I can't speak Japanese as well as so-and-so,
Oh my gosh, me too. Yeah. Because I can't speak this perfect keigo. I can't spell out kanji perfectly.
And we say Japanglish. We speak Japanglish.
Yeah, this is my style. But I just own it. This is my style.
Yeah.
だから私のプログラムでは、ルー大芝っていうのがあって、それがルー大芝の人もいれば、ルー中芝がいて、ルー小芝がいて。
I have to Google that.
Oh my gosh. No, well, there's nothing like, so, でもルー大芝さん知ってるでしょ？You don't know?
ごめんなさい、ごめんなさい。
Okay.
I have to Google him.
ルー大柴さんって、その日本の芸能界で、なんかその、カタカナなんですよ、日本語が。You をなんとかしてるみたいな、そういう、だから、ミキさんみたいな人なんですよ。日本語が、と英語が混ざってる人がいて、で、その人が大柴さんなんですけども、そう、メンバーの方が、なんか間違えて中柴って書いちゃって、でもそれがメンバーの中ではすごい、なんかヒットしたみたいで、私は小柴です、みたいな。だから、小柴ってことは日本語の方が多くて、英語がちょこっと。で、多分中は、こう、どこいどこいみたいな。で、大柴は私みたいにもほぼインドして、Japanese。
じゃあ、大柴は私とエミコさんですね。
そう。めちゃめちゃ調べてみてください。
はい、調べます。ありがとうございます。
Yeah. All right. Well, that is all. And thank you so much. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. I had fun.
Yeah, thank you. And definitely we'll connect together again.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
There you have it. I hope you had enjoyed my conversation with Mickey. I told you that we can talk forever. 本当にもうお互い私もミキさんもパッション、このマインドセットとかこう制限のことについてのとこにもめちゃめちゃパッションがあるっていうのは多分皆さんも本当によく分かってくれたかなっていうふうに思います。気づいたらもうほとんど英語でしたね。いや、で私もそのなんだろうな、日本語がしっかりとなんかこの日本人の言葉で言うちゃんとした日本語が喋れないのに日本人の人に教えてもいいのかなとか、本当にそういうブロックたくさんあって、ミキさんもそこをねすごいオーバーカムしなきゃいけないっていうところで、私たちもね、だから制限っていうのはもうなんかあるから、そこでどうやって戦うかっていうところなんですよね。Okay, I think you had enough of me talking, so I am going to close this episode. で、今日のねエピソードはミキさんがさっき言ってくれた言葉をねもう一回remind というかおさらいというかしたいんですけども、 Remember, confidence is not something that you have, you do. I love that, right? You can't just hope that you can have one day. もうだからもう自信って持つっていうよりか、これはもう本当に行動するから、そう自信が後からついてくるっていうことなんですよね。だから初めから自信持とうってやったってそんなのできない。これもだから結局マインドのところにも本当にねかぶってくるんですけども、頭のねそこのだから 5% to 10% の、潜在意識のところで自信を持とうと思っても、自分のもうほとんどのディシジョンは90から 95% っていうのはもう潜在意識のところで決められているから、もうそこの部分で Oh, I'm not enough, I'm not cut up for this とかそういう考え方をしていると、なんていうのかな、自分はなんかどうせ無理、自分はまだこれぐらいの経験しかとか、そういうふうに思った、そういう無意識にものを考えちゃうから、結局自信がなくて物事何も始まらないっていうふうになってしまいます、okay? だから彼女が言ったように Don't overthink it っていうのもすごく大切ですね。Alright, thank you so much for listening to Her Confidence Her Way, and I will chat with you next week. Bye bye.